It's time for the Showtime and Timberwolves Show with your hosts, Paladino Joey and the People's Champ, Vince Germano.
I wouldn't put anything past us. And, that's the goal, is to get to the finals and win it.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Welcome to the Showtime and T-Wolves podcast. I am your host, Vin Rock, and with me once again from the palatial Paladino Palace in Golden Valley, Minnesota, your friend and mine, Mr. Joey Awajan. How you doing, Joey?
I'm doing good, and it's great to be back once again with Vince Germano, Vinrock.
And as usual, we are brought to you by thesportstuff.com, so check out thesportstuff.com. There's a lot of other shows on there and good content. But the most important question of the day, Joey.
Yes.
What beer have you busted open for this podcast?
Here it comes. It is Ethos from Tallgrass. It is an IPA, meaning in India Pale Ale, they call it. Yeah, Tallgrass. We're going to be, let's just say, I'm going to hint this, we're going to be hearing a lot from them. On a lot of my shows now. Yes. Especially this one, I hope. Yeah, well, yeah, definitely this one being what it is.
Hopefully I get a slab sent my way.
Yes. Yeah, I got to absolutely, that actually is a priority, so... Yeah, yes, that would be more than fair if I did that. Yeah, Ethos. It's a little bit bitter, a little more bitter than the 8-bit Pale Ale, and extremely extremely recommended on various beer websites, Beer Advocate, Rate Beer, blah blah blah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I went to the bar and ordered my particular bar was out of beer, so I in my fridge. And I went and I just grabbed myself a 5 Seeds crisp apple cider. Because if I'm not drinking beer, I'm drinking apple cider, and it's one of your cheaper ciders.
Mm-hmm.
But that does the job. And, yeah, it's very refreshing. So I'll be drinking that during the duration of this podcast.
Yeah, I recently had the Reds. That's kind of like the apple one around here, and then I guess Angry Orchard I haven't gotten around to yet, but someday. So. Yeah, it was decent. I don't mind those at all.
Yeah, no, look, mate, it gets me buzzed, so I'm happy. Now, listen.
Mm-hmm.
My boys had a decent win this past week.
They did. Yes, they did.
Jody, the Black Mamba Meeks.
Holy cow! Yeah,
dropped a lazy 42 on the Thunder in a surprise win, which I can only put it down to. I think the Thunder just not turning up mentally for that one. Because, especially being on the road. It's just, we just got to turn up, beat the Lakers. They're all injured. They got no one. Coached by Crap Tony. Turn it up, we'll get it. So, just one of those days for OKC and one of those days for us, I guess, on the positive side.
Yeah, that was fantastic. 6 of 11 from the floor from the beyond the arc anyway. Yeah, I mean, way, just he was the hot hand and the rim was the ocean, as they like to say.
Remember when I messaged you and Marcus and I said, Jody Meeks would be good on the T-Wolves team, and you guys poo-pooed that?
Oh, did we?
No, yeah, you did. Don't conveniently forget. I know you did. And that's pretty much what you did. You laughed when I mentioned it. And he's had a career. Yep. 14 a game, hits the outside shot. He'd be good on that bench.
Yeah, he would look good with the Wolves, wouldn't he? I think it was more Marcus that was poo-pooing it more than me. I was like, was it me too?
It was both ears. Yeah, don't Marcus.
Looks like He's such a Laker hater, like beyond belief. But I suppose, yeah, I wasn't too high on him either. No, I'll admit he is really, yeah, he's having a hell of a year.
Beret or Meeks?
Meeks. That's
Already
a
knew.
forecaster type of response. Meeks. You know how he does that.
Oh yeah, yep.
He
No,
always-
I knew the answer. I was just being a smartass. But mate,
yeah.
your Wolves. How did they go this past week? Fill me in because
Oh.
I haven't kept a huge close eye on the T Wolves.
Well, I suppose, yeah, since we recorded, was it, I believe it was, yeah, it was Wednesday here last week. Yeah, that was after that awful Knicks game. We did talk about that. Had a cute little win against Detroit that I predicted. Now, this is one thing I got to say, because I have no faith in the defense of this club whatsoever. And you notice there's triple digits on every single opponent since I don't know when.
I feel your pain. I'm
Yeah, yeah, there's a couple on there. I probably should. Yeah, I'll give you a chance to say it before I say it. But yeah, lots of triple digits. We were stymieing Detroit, just stymieing them after we let the Knicks basically shoot 3-pointers. They basically had the little 3-point contest. I think the All-Star weekend had been extended into Target Center. So we were starting down Detroit. Oh, what a great offense they are! And then, they had about 80 points. Detroit had about 80 points with about 7 minutes remaining, and then this voice in my head said, "You know what? Detroit's going to get 100." And did they? Yeah, they got 100. They did. Toronto, yeah, it was a 114-101. Sure, we won, but it's just like that little surge at the end just made me roll my eyes. Toronto 111-104. I kind of, gosh, I don't even remember if I picked a win or loss on the other show over there, that TE show, but it's 111-104. Just pounded the crap out of the Wolves in that game. Much worse than the score indicated. Not fun. Then you follow up with a Bucks game, 112-101, and tonight was probably the worst of them all. But again, the theme here is triple digits. It might as well be just the title of the show, Triple Digits.
I think that's a good idea, and it's so frustrating because if your defense was a lot better,
Yeah.
You guys would probably be fighting out for a playoff spot.
Yeah, because the offense is there, believe it or not. Even though it's inconsistent, it is there. You have one of the top scorers in the league in Kevin Love. You have a sharpshooter that didn't look sharp at all tonight, I'll tell you that. Lots of inconsistency on the guys under Love, but still, the capabilities are there to score, but no capabilities to stop anybody. The Milwaukee Bucks got 101 points on the Wolves in that game. They actually had 40 points. The Milwaukee Bucks had 40 points. I believe there was about 10 minutes left in the second quarter. The Bucks in Target Center had already scored 40 points. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it's bamboozling.
Yeah.
Look, that brings me to a question, and I'm probably moving down our little format here, but I'll have to ask it now because it just fits. But you guys, I tell you what, that Raptors game, you just keep on losing the teams that we expect you guys to beat. Is it mental when you play these sort of teams? Not that the Raptors are a bad team; they're actually a lot very much improved. But
yeah, they are.
Are you not switched on, or what's going on?
Just they're soft for one. I gotta say that. Jeez, it's Toronto is fairly physical. That seems to be a huge problem with the Wolves as well. For one, it's like the 3-point shot. Yeah, we got buried by that again. That's the Achilles heel right here in this game. I mean, they shot 60% from beyond the arc. Steve Novak, wow, you definitely need some Novocaine after that game. I mean, 5 of 6, my God. All 3-point attempts. And, yep, he was putting the belt on 5 times there. I believe that's what he does, right? The belt. That's kind of a goofy one. Kyle Lowry. He didn't shoot particularly well, but he still got a triple-double, played his ass off, killed us in every facet pretty much out there. the theme here, though, ultimately, even though Lowry's field goal percentage doesn't add up to it, is the field goal percentage allowed by the Timberwolves. 50% from the floor, 60% from beyond the arc, or well, 58, but we'll just give it a 60 to round it up,
Yep.
because that's about the gist of things. I'd have to say with the Wolves, they give up way too many threes.
That to me, I mean, it is so frustrating. Like even today against the Bobcats,
Oh, yeah,
I looked at that and I've gone, Wolves should get this.
yeah. That's the thing, though. I mean, that's the thing. Every time the Wolves don't win, they don't play well in Charlotte. That's been a theme for a while now. Actually, we kind of suck there for some reason. I actually picked the Wolves to lose this game on the other show there. The shot selection in this game, yeah, okay. It's kind of like kindergartners out there. I mean, I was watching this. The shot selection by pretty much everybody. Loves forcing up threes. Kevin Martin, I don't know what he's doing, spinning around in the lane and just, let's just put it up. And then it hits the side of the rim about every time. Berea's, well, the exact same story every single night.
Well, tell me,
I'll
tell
drink
me.
to that. No, I was gonna, go ahead.
Oh no, we won't be drinking to Bray. Yeah, it's most likely you guys aren't going to the playoffs. It's sad to say. So, did Deng and Shabazz get more minutes today? Because that's what I'd be expecting. If I'm a T-Wolves fan, that's what I'm expecting now. Is like get game time into these two, and let's really see what they've got and help them develop.
They did, finally. And it wasn't the most exciting showing, but they did. Almost 12 minutes for Gorgie, about 9.5 for Shabazz, who was a minus 18. Yikes. But, he played okay in that time, but these stretches are like too small for them to really make any type of impact. I wish it was more like 15, 20. Just seems like, and they, when they're out there, they're not really given the ball either. They're just kind of there.
Yep.
That's a huge problem. They're kind of like they basically treat them like they treat Luke Richard Mahmoute, who's not supposed to be an offensive player. So you don't really expect him to get the ball other than hustle plays.
Yep.
Shabazz and Gorgie, though, Shabazz, he doesn't get the ball much at all. So huge frustration for myself and all of us over here in Mini.
Yeah, see, I agree. I was thinking time to give at least Gorgie 15 minutes and Shabazz now about 20.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's again we flog a dead horse, but can't understand it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird. And again, the shot selection this whole game sucked. It was really poor shot selection. I don't even know how Kevin Martin got 19 points. Love really down game tonight. My goodness, 6 rebounds for Kevin Love. That's kind of weird. 7 of 17 from the floor. Yeah, off nights are going to happen, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, he got beat pretty good by a familiar guy over there. I can't say his name yet, but yeah, well,
Big Al Jefferson.
yeah, he really had a nice game. Definitely the player of the game overall. 16 rebounds too. Go ahead.
I've got a question out of the blue for you.
Yeah.
Right now, gun to your head, if you had to pick Peck or Al Jefferson, who'd you take?
Al. Yeah, I would take Al Jefferson.
Would you have said that you've always preferred Al over Peck?
Yeah. I just think he has there's just more to Al Jefferson than Pekovic. More consistency for one. More moves. He's actually a better rebounder, or I'll say a more consistent rebounder. Defensively, they're kind of about the same, unfortunately. Neither one of them really is like a big shot blocker. Al's slightly better, but for me, Al's status in this league is higher than Pekovic's. That's just my opinion. I know there's probably a lot of people in Timberwolves land over here that like to have that blue Kool-Aid with a little green handle on their glass that would say Pekovic 10 out of 10 times. I'm sorry. I've always liked Al Jefferson, honestly. I just got sick of the baby hook because they both did that. And the other thing, neither one of them is taller than the other. Yeah, I got to go with Al here, really. Would you?
Yeah. I really like Peck a lot, and I really like Al a lot. But I've got to say, Al probably just sneaks in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like a big thing. Like like he's 5 levels better. He's just a little bit.
Yeah, he sneaks in by B's diaphragm, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
The way I see it.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I see Al as like a fringe, like he's just barely into the All Star game, and then Pekovic is just barely out. That's kind of how I see it.
Yep. Yep. Okay,
That's
fair enough.
yeah. Yep.
Now, I sent you some
Yes.
homework last week. I wanted you to find this is all, of course, if Deng comes on to be, the centre we all hope he does. I sent you
Yes.
wanted you to find a Nikola Pekovic trade that would bring something else in other than chopped liver.
Well, I'll save the quote unquote best one for last. It's kind of one that me and Mr. Forecaster were talking about for a while, but one that works is, and you're going to notice a common theme here too, Peck and Berea.
Oh, really?
Because I just want to get better and get him out of here to Denver for, I don't know who's going to like this or who isn't, but for Gallinari and Mozgov. Like, what? Uh-oh, I'm sensing some silence.
That's not too bad because
Yeah.
you get a guy who spreads the floor and you get a backup centre because this is all
Yeah.
on the in the case that Deng becomes that centre.
Yeah.
So that's all right. I don't mind that one. I'll give that one like a C plus.
Yeah, because see, the focus here is you bring back a backup center who's okay, and then you get a position of need that small forward or shooting guard, whatever it is. Hopefully, he could be your second best player at some point. Gallinari can really get it done at times.
Well, he is Italian.
Yes, he is. Yes, yeah, and I like him. It's just it's a shame about the ACL, but if and when
Yeah.
healthy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And what's the next one you got there?
Uh-oh. I'm like literally constructing one too under this under the table here, but I'll get to the
Oh,
next one first. Yep. Peck and Berea and Cunningham to Orlando for a follow. One I don't like too much, but it's kind of like, well, it's to make the trade work. Jameer Nelson and Max Seal. Like, what?
okay. What would you do with Martin though in that trade?
Yeah, that's the one hard part. I would have him coming off the bench actually, which I know that could
Well,
be difficult, but
well, he's proven that he doesn't mind coming off the bench.
hmm
So in a way, I guess you've improved the scoring punch off the bench. You've got rid of Berea. As long as Nelson doesn't mind coming off the bench, well, I think in this stage of his career, I think it'd be good for him.
hmm yeah, I would actually like this trade. Yeah, you could have Nelson as that spark plug. I think he'd be a better spark plug than Berea, really, and follows a really good shooting guard,
Yep.
both
Yep.
sides of the ball. Yep.
Yep. Yep. And Max Seal is just a tough nut who I've always liked. So I'll
Yeah,
tell you what, I'm going to give that one I'll give it a B.
nice. Yeah, he's got more energy than Cunningham. So yeah, Max Seal. So yeah, I like that one. Here's the one that this is kind of like forecaster talking, but me agreeing with it is Peck and Berea to the New Orleans Pelicans for yes Eric Gordon and Jason Smith, the center.
Okay, I do like Eric Gordon a
Mm-hmm.
lot, but I don't know. Something tells me I would not do that trade.
Mm.
What did you think of that trade? I'll tell you right now. I think I'll give that one a D.
Uh, well, for us, it would bring back a elite. Well, we thought he's elite. I guess maybe not anymore. That might be why I'm. Well, I mean, I made this trade with the hope that he would be an elite shooting guard. We were talking about it like a year and a half ago. He has kind of come back to the pack a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah. See, right now I'm thinking
Mm.
I'm taking a Flalo over Eric Gordon every time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And partially I was trying to put this together. And Jason Smith wouldn't we be a really nice backup center here too? That's the one other thing I like about that is you get Jason back. Uh, you ready for the last two? They're just like a 1-for-1 swap. They're quickies.
Yep, go for it.
Peck for Iguodala. It's like,
Yikes.
yeah. You like that?
If you could get it, yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be too good to be true. And then the other one, are you ready? Are you ready? This is the constructed right on the fly. And it
Yeah.
did work.
Yeah.
Nikola Pekovic for Al Jefferson. Yep. I would do that. Yeah. Yep.
I'm sure you would. I'm not thinking the Bobcats
Aw.
would do that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
he's
it doesn't hurt to ask.
yeah. I would at least ask about it, but yeah, they
Yeah.
probably wouldn't do it. He's more of a complete player, I think, than Peck.
Yeah, not that we don't like Peck.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying that. We love Peck.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
I think I love him a bit more than you, though.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I still like him, but not quite as much.
Yep. Yep. No, that's maybe it's a European thing with me. I don't know.
Yep, yep. You and Powell, you really like Mr. Gasol, like you
Oh,
adore him.
mate, I
Mm-hmm.
love I love me some Powell. Now speaking of Powell,
Mm-hmm.
um, he agreed with Kobe's comments about the Lakers brass. And did you
Nice.
see those comments? Did you see the press conference?
How did he say it again? Like I remember it, but now it's blanking what he exactly said. I
Well,
remember
pretty
what the
much.
premise was. Yeah, go ahead.
In a nutshell, he wants the culture to change.
Yeah.
He wants Jim and Jeannie Buss's relationship to get better. He's not in the mood pretty much for a full rebuild. He wants things done yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My only thing with that is I got no problem that he signed that big contract. I think he deserves it. But at the same time, he's earned that much money. Where is Kobe saying, hang on a minute, don't pay me $45 million over the next 2 years. Let's make it $10 million a year so we can go out and get some decent players after this season, because this season's a write-off.
Yeah, really.
That's why didn't he say that? And also on the D'Antoni thing, he wants D'Antoni fired.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he the one that signed off on D'Antoni? Like they went to him and said, "Are you happy with hiring D'Antoni?" He's like, "Yep, I've known Mike for years. He's great. Let's get him in."
Yeah, for the longest time, it seemed like there was a relationship between the two because it was a Jelly Bean. Bryant played with him, right? That
Yep.
being the father of Kobe. Yeah, it was kind of like a family friend type of thing that apparently has drugged the Lakers further down into the black hole. At least the last year and a half here now, 2 years, unfortunately. Now they're ready to. Yeah, now he wants to get rid of him. It is kind of double speak.
Yeah, and it got me just a little bit frustrated. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I love Kobe, don't get me wrong, but it's like it's not his fault he signed it. They put it in front of him. I would have signed it too, I guess, because
Oh, the
it's
contract, yeah.
it's $45 million. But at the same time, did he even stop to think once and just say, "No, I'm 35, nearly 36.
Yeah.
I want to get a six ring. Put the money somewhere else. I've got enough money, you know."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Not ask,
oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not asking him to play for free, but like 10 mil a year would have been fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really. Yeah, I'm tired of these aging veterans wanting like 15, $20 million a year. Like Garnett did that just a year and a half ago. It's insulting with like a 6.6 rebound type of season making. What's he making? 15, 16 a year? What the
Yeah,
hell?
it's something
Drives me
like
nuts.
yeah. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, Kobe, it's Kobe. He's done so much, but then
Mm-hmm. More than Garnett. Yeah. Yep.
so yeah, that's an interesting. The interesting part for me was the Jim and Jeannie Buss comments.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we've heard in the past that they don't have the closest relationship. I think in a perfect world, if Jeannie could somehow buy Jim out,
Ooh, yeah.
because the word is Jeannie is a lot like her father Jerry, in the way she handles people and handles problems. Whereas Jim is just the total opposite.
Mm-hmm.
But saying that, I am not. I'm willing to give Jim a chance because he's got massive shoes to fill, as I've said in the past. And again, as I've said in the past, he did have Chris Paul.
Yeah.
He had that deal done along with Kupchak, but he had the deal done, and David Stern vetoed it because he was the owner of the Hornets. Didn't like it. So let's give this guy a chance. And he also traded away Andrew Bynum after coming out and saying that, well, not coming out, but the word was, and everyone knew it was true, that he loved Bynum and was never going to trade him. He's our franchise guy. And then he changed his mind on that. So I've still got a bit of confidence in Jim Buss, as crazy as that would be to some people.
Yeah, I'm slightly surprised by it a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I would kind of want to keep keep the how is it? Like, well, what Jeannie Buss could bring to kind of keep Jerry's plan there, Jerry's model there with the Lakers, because it worked so well for so long. Unfortunately, yeah, things do change at times. I mean, the owner dies. I mean, and then you have to kind of start new with, hopefully something similar, but it's never quite the same. Happened with the Twins not too long ago. Actually, the new owner's slightly better, actually, because the old one was so cheap. But just saying how the culture does change at times. I'm not sure exactly what type of culture he wants to bring, but you're probably closer to me or closer to it than I am, of course. So,
well, Kobe said this is not pretty much between the lines. Jerry Buss wouldn't accept this.
Yeah,
he wouldn't accept this losing. This is not what they're about. This losing culture is not their culture. Yes, even in the 90s, we had a couple of years there where we were average.
Yes. Yep.
It turned it around quickly, and not just Jerry alone. It was Jerry West and all the other guys. But Kobe's just thinking like the old day Lakers, like Worthy and AC Green and all the guys. I think he played with AC for a bit.
Yeah.
Byron Scott teaching him, like this is what the Lakers stand for, not this crap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, AC was one of their championships, I believe, the very first one. But also, like, what I mean is Jim Buss's culture. What I'm not exactly sure what he wants to bring. It seems like just kind of get rid of this guy and kind of keep the Phil Jackson, aura out of there and kind of start with something else. It seems like that's what he wants to do.
Well, Phil wanted a consulting role with the team, just on a part-time basis. Even because very similar to what Jerry West is doing in Golden State.
Yeah.
Where Jim and Mitch could have run things past him. What do you think about this, Phil? Phil, give an opinion, take it or leave it. Mm-hmm. And now he's gone to the Knicks, which I think is a great move. I love the fact that he's gone to the Knicks. That's where it all started for him. I think it's pretty cool. And but I'm not sold on Phil being a front office guy.
Yeah,
I really aren't. Hope he is a good front office guy, but I'm not sold.
Yeah, it would definitely be good for the league. Like I post on those Facebook pages, Courtside and others. Yeah, I mean, I think the Knicks being competitive again would be fantastic for this league.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. But apparently, just to finish up on the old Lakers, it seems they're not interested in. They're not too thrilled with Carmelo Anthony. So I doubt they'll be trying to sign him.
Yeah, it's the wrong fit, and he's already in his 30s too. So it's like if you want to have that youth, to kind of keep the competitiveness going, he's not the guy. And of course, ball hog 1 or ball hog 2, So it's like you got to have only one of those on your team.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, look, if Melo was 25, I'd be like, yep, give him a 5-6 year deal, whatever you want. But,
yep.
No. So, all right, with that, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back boozed up and ready to go very soon.
Do you shop on Amazon? Did you know that you can support this podcast just by doing your normal shopping on Amazon? It's really easy to do. Just go to thesportstuff.com and click on one of the many Amazon pictures. Do your normal shopping, and Amazon sees that we referred you, and they give us a percentage. We'd like to thank you in advance for supporting thesportstuff.com, and please use our Amazon link. Now enjoy the rest of the show.
We are going round like Saturn's ring.
Too busy to sit in front of a computer? Simply search for and download Showtime and Timberwolves on iTunes for Apple devices. For Android, find us on the Double Twist app. And for Windows and BlackBerry, search for us in the store icon. And now, back to Paladino Joey and Vince Germano. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Showtime and T-Wolves. Follow us on Twitter at Showtime T-Wolves and at Vinrock44. Don't forget to call into our phone lines at 209-736-7877. That's 209-736-7877. Now back to Paladino and Vinrock.
Alrighty, we are boozed up, back and ready to, Joey, one of my favourite segments of this podcast.
Yes, sir.
Our retro Lakers and Timberwolves player of the week. Do you want to go first with your retro?
I can. Yes, I can. Well, I always like to keep things relative to what is going on, at least in the current week, or be it who the Wolves have played lately, how a certain player is playing on the Wolves, or something going on in the league. But, well, you can kind of maybe guess what the theme might be this week. It is Al Jefferson.
Ooh.
Yeah, he is a retro Wolf. Not that long ago or anything.
He's still retro, that's all right.
Yeah, very much so. I liked him in Boston because the Celtics were my second favorite team before Garnett got there, unlike most Timberwolves fans out there that wear their Garnett green jerseys. But anyhow, I was liking his development. It's like, hey, he's starting to get kind of good. And then all of a sudden, there's these rumors about Garnett getting traded. And then it's like to the Lakers for buying him and stuff like that. It's like, it's kind of okay. And then it's the Celtics for Al Jefferson and pieces. And it's like, Al Jefferson, he might develop into something really nice. And of course, we got him from the Celtics. Very productive player, 21 points a game, 11 rebounds. Then the next year, 23 points a game. Yet he still didn't get chosen for the All-Star team, which was really a drag. And then he tore his ACL. Ugh. Heartbreaker.
He was having a really good season when he did the ACL.
Yeah, that was his 23 points a game. Just really he wasn't doing that baby hook crap until the next year. And the guy had so many post moves when his first couple of years here. It was like, oh my God, he had more post moves than Garnett did. I'll tell you that. Defense wasn't at Garnett's level. That's obviously admitted, but still a very solid player. Nice rebounder. Came back the next year. Numbers significantly down, but again, that's an ACL recovery year. And the next thing you know, traded to Utah for not too much.
Another one of Khan's master strokes.
Yeah, it was pretty much a trade exception. It's like, wow, a trade exception.
That's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's Khan for you, and that's why he's being fired.
Yeah.
I like that pick because if you're not a fan of Al Jefferson, there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm. I like him.
He'd look good in purple and yellow, don't you think?
Yeah, you never know, I suppose. But then again, I guess he's inked for, was it 3 more years, right? Something like that.
He's got a good deal there. He's got a good deal at Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my retro Laker is a point guard who took over from Magic Johnson after Magic had to retire because he contracted HIV.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Sedell Threet.
Cool.
Loved Sedell, and coincidentally, he's living here in Australia right now.
Really?
Yeah, he runs some kind of basketball academy here. But he came to the Lakers at the age of 30, and a lot of guys were thinking he might have been, just starting to slip, but he was actually hitting his prime, and he averaged 15 a game playing 82 games, and was just a godsend after losing Magic. He ran the team really well. We made the playoffs, and he ended up playing 4 or 5 years at the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers dropped every year from there. He had 2 years of 15, but after that they started dropping. But just love the way he went about it, Sedell Threet. He just played so hard and was a great team guy, and you just couldn't help but love the way he went about it. And if anyone out there has got a Sedell Threet Lakers jersey, hit me up because I've been looking for one for years.
That would be really cool. It brings back so many memories. NBA Showdown, Bulls versus Blazers, the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis era.
Yeah.
I always, when I was in the Seattle, because I used to love the Sonics back then,
Yep.
I for some reason didn't like Peyton on that game, and I always traded for Sedale Threach. So it's like, that just brought back a really fun memory for me. He was really fun.
He was. He just came in and did the job when we needed someone to do it, and good veteran hand at the point guard spot. After losing Magic was just what we needed.
Yeah, nice player. Always a fan of his.
And I think he was like the sixth pick in sixth round. Back those days, they had 400 rounds. It seemed. It was like
Isn't that weird?
Pick. Yeah.
It's like a hockey draft, it goes like the 6th, 7th round. Like, what the hell? And maybe one guy makes it. But yeah, go ahead.
If they had 6 or 7 rounds, me and you might get drafted still.
Yes. Oh God, I wish I would have loved that.
Well, let's move on to our bar fight. Who's your bar fight for this week?
It's kind of a toughie. I'm gonna go with, I guess, kind of a mild one this time, but it's gonna be a guy who is mild. He's just kind of a softie out there. I'll go with Kevin Martin. Shot selection really poor, especially tonight. He just bugged me tonight. Just seemed like he was off the whole time and kept yet he was off. He kept forcing up stuff. It was lousy to watch. That's pretty much what I'd like to do. I'd like to smash a bottle on his head for how he played, at least tonight, without a doubt. And pretty much the whole week, his shot selection, field goal percentage, pretty low.
Yeah, look, you're starting to worry me with your Kevin Martin. Just a bit of Kevin Martin angst that you've got.
Yeah, I keep trading him and sitting him down, don't I? I didn't even realize it until you said that. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, I am kind of being hard on him.
Because you were very excited when you guys picked him up.
Yeah, and he when he plays well, he's really good, like really good. But let's just call this like a weekly thing. This week he's just kind of gotten on my nerves for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Next week he'll be like the lone wolf or something. Watch it happen.
Fair enough. Now, you've probably seen the Grantland little episodes on Steve Nash.
Yeah, yep.
And you've probably heard of the fans saying that he should retire, and Steve Nash coming out and saying, I'm not going to retire, I want the money.
Mm-hmm.
And he was dead serious, and he's copping flack over that. I would like to just line up the people who are giving him flack over being honest and upfront about wanting the money, and just crack them over the head each with a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Then just elbow drop off the bar, Macho Man Randy Savage style, and and just let them go on their way. I mean, he's just being honest, and I'm telling you now, like Steve Nash said, he'd like to see them leave $9 million on the table.
Yeah, it would be like, good luck with that, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Plus,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what's really funny is, well, way back in 97 when Shaq signed his gigantic contract with the Lakers, what did he say? They asked him, so did you go to L.A. to try to win a championship or for the money? And he said, for the money. I still remember that. I still remember it.
Oh, I don't remember that, Joey.
I know. I'm kind of goofy. I have a weird memory. I know, but
all I remember is championships. I don't know about you, but
oh yeah, I wasn't mad at him for it. I was like, he's actually pretty honest. That was kind of cool because I know a lot of people would be afraid to say that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and the way he just kind of casually said it, I'm like, Shaq is one of the most honest guys ever. So, yeah, I mean, you didn't really hear too much flack about that from what I remember, and I can't get too mad at Nash either.
No, and look, the thing is, I've got no problem with him shutting down this season and trying to come back, even though he turns 41 next season. This year, he's shown that when his body is right, even though it was only for 5 minutes, he still produced. He still was dropping, like against Philly, he dropped 19 and 7 and looked good.
He was awesome.
He's still got the shot. Okay, he may have slowed down a fraction, but he's still got decent pace. And all he has to do is he picks his spots now when he drives to the basket, but he's still creative. Mm-hmm. I think people just need to chill out a bit, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. And yeah, he was really good when healthy. And if he could, fingers crossed, all that good stuff, actually come back healthy, who knows? Who knows after this summer who and what they're going to get? So,
that's it. Well, Steve Nash, we're rooting for you, guy, as they say in the States.
yeah, rooting for you, guy.
Means something different over here. But anyway, I'll get into that off air.
Oh, no. Oh.
And with that, I think we better end the show on that note.
Probably safe to say.
You can find us at thesportstuff.com. Check it out, guys. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at VINROK44. And of course, you can find this show on Twitter at Showtime T-Wolves. Is that right, Joey?
That is correct. Yep.
That is correctamundo, as Fonzie would say. I love Fonzie. Joey, thanks for joining me again.
Absolutely. Always the best. You're the best, buddy.
I know. And and there's only one thing left to say. Go Lakers.
Go Timberwolves.